What up, deadbeats? I would say I apologize for my parents, but I actually don't. That's actually very intentional here. I think it's important to have these mental health days, a lazy day, as it were, to just relax, enjoy ourselves a little bit, get a little bit of that temperance energy, if we will, to remind ourselves that we don't always have to get all dolled up and showered and feel our best or look our prettiest or whatever. And ironically, we are kicking off Leo season here, and I wanted to do today's reading in regards to Leo season. And I do appreciate the irony of looking at quote unquote my worst for that, because I think part of being a Leo is being comfortable in our own skin, in our own way, and shining in a way that makes us feel comfortable and appropriate. Everybody Leos get a lot of a bad rap about there being divas or the center of attention or all these things. And don't get me wrong, those are some qualities that we have. And pride can be a big thing for us. But sometimes it is about being comfortable in our own skin here. And I think that's an important message for this Leo season. I'll be honest, my birthday is coming up. I am a Leo, if I've not made that abundantly clear to those that know me, or if it just doesn't feel super obvious. And it's funny because as much as I like birthdays, I love celebrating other people's birthdays. And I do try to, make a big deal of my own. There's a lot of that pressure to be this Leo, to have this fun and amazing party, to go to bars and do all this stuff, when really it can be just about working for yourself, enjoying the things that you offer, the things that make you feel good and make you feel special. And contrary also to popular belief, a good Leo wants people to shine with them. That's why we encourage people with their weird and crazy and wild endeavors or impulsive decisions, is because we think you guys deserve to have a little piece of that pie. So whether it is your sun sign, and happy birthday to those that it is, or if it falls anywhere in your chart, I hope you're getting the most out of this upcoming Leo season. And even if it's not in your chart, be a Leo. Go shine. Go do something wild and crazy. Have some fun. Do some karaoke. Do something you wouldn't normally do. Go see a scary movie or ride a roller coaster, or something that feels bold and courageous. Because I think you've earned that right to do that. I think everyone is an amazing person. I think we all deserve to shine. So if that's not living proof, what is? All right. Without further ado, we're gonna do my typical Irish wake spread here too. And if you guys are unfamiliar, I do have mats available for this. So again, this is my flagship spread that I have created. It is a nice little 3 card here. So the first thing is going to be what you're burying, what you're releasing, what you're letting go of, killing off if you got to, depending what you, or focusing on a goal for yourself and what might be holding you back from achieving that best and highest self. And so secondly, the bartender at this Irish wake is going to be asking you, what's your poison? We know that to be a loaded bittersweet question, so that might be a loaded bittersweet card. So we're going to look at the highs and lows of that card. And then last but not least, we're going to find something to toast, something to celebrate, something to look forward to here. And I think in Leo season, what better time to find something to celebrate and enjoy than this time of year. All right, without further ado, we're going to get right into it. I got the first card here for everybody. Got the Nine of Wands. Oh, I am feeling this Nine of Wands. It's a powerful, wonderfully weird card, just like Leos themselves. And a big part of the Leo process, I think, in the way that we ourselves want to shine and succeed, I see this card very much as a card of perseverance. It's a big component too. If you look at this woman, she's standing tall, she's standing proud, she's been through some things, but she's still going. She's looking at the horizon, seeing what the world's got to offer for her, or what she has to offer to the world. And 9, I do see as a number of attainment and achievement. I almost see it as kind of being like on standby for the flight. You've made it to the airport. You're ready for things to take off. You're not quite to the abundance. You're not quite to the next level where you can be enjoying your destination or your vacation or things along those lines. But you have come through a lot. And fire is a dual energy. It comes with its challenges, with its obstacles. That's why we do the wild and crazy things, because we've survived the wild and crazy things around us, and we've learned a lot from that experience there. So I think one is to remind yourself that you've persevered, and maybe casting off a lot of the things that have brought you to these levels of potential or almost burnout that comes with the wand energy there. So put that to rest, put that behind you. And the only reason you should look back at those things is reminding yourself that you got through them, that you conquered them, that fire shaped you, it challenged you to be your best and highest self. So bigger and better things can come your way. And I do hope that bigger and better things do come. I do hope that you're not just in survival mode, that you find your place in the sun, as it were, during this Leo time, and see those good things that come with it. The affirmation says, I push beyond my own perceived limitations and I remain open and trusting as I do. Let's read that again. I push beyond my own perceived limitations and I remain open and trusting as I do. One more for good measure. I push beyond my own perceived limitations and I remain open and trusting as I do. And that is what perseverance is all about. Reminding yourself that there were limitations, that there were challenges, that there were setbacks and struggles. And I've been going through a lot of them myself with job applications, with friendships, with relationships and things. And they are problems. I don't ever want to look that. uh, but again, these things are tested us. They are these real trials by fire. And if we trust in the process, or trust in our skills, or trust in the people that are working with us and helping us and supporting us and the things that we're doing, I truly feel that we can't lose. And if it ends up being a wash, then so be it. We move on, we burn it all down, and we start over, because that's fire energy. But we're working through the manifestation process, and good things are coming to us. I believe it. As hard as that seems, I do remind myself that if I am putting the work in, and I'm striving further and better and stronger, then good things will come. And that's where that trust can help. All right, that's what we're bearing, that's what we're releasing, that's what we're putting behind us here too. Let's move on to what's our poison, and we have here the Knight of Swords right here, and I love this card here too. One, the imagery often reminds me of a little Assassin's Creed. It's hard to kind of see this figure not looking like that, and I do like it is kind of technically gender neutral. We don't know if that's a male or a female on there too, but they're athletic, they're fit, they're strong, they're powerful, and the knight is a person of action. They make choices, they make decisions, they know what they need to do. And particularly with the swords, as I've often said, I associate it with the mind, because we like to keep the minds sharp, like we like to keep our swords sharp. And how do we do that? By communicating, by asking questions, by doing research, by bringing in a little of that spontaneity of the wand energy, with trying things, taking a risk, having failures, making mistakes. Was it Miss Frizzle that talked about, make mistakes, get messy, go out there and do that? It's worth it, because through that chaos, through these challenges, through these trying new things, we learn, we grow, we become experienced. And I often very much think of the Knight of Swords a lot like Batman. As you guys know, I'm a big Batman stan here. Again, it's something I've probably made abundantly clear to people that know me best. And I love him. And because he is weird in his own little way, I've even kind of pushed the thought that Batman, I think, might be autistic, and his level of attention to detail of things, with his laser like focus. And I hope I'm not, pushing any sort of stereotypes or things there, but justice is his charge, is his cause. And he has this big supercomputer with all these databases of a lot of his trials and errors. And I know Batman gets a lot of bad rap for the prep time thing, and whatever, who is an OP on the Justice League at this point. But really, it's what he does. It's why his crazy laser like focus has allowed him to think quicker in battle, to be more prepared for these situations, bring a lot more of that Sherlock Holmes sort of energy, and be able to think quickly, and be able to pull all the tools from your arsenal, and decide what it is that you're going after. So it does come with a lot of its trials. It does come with its challenges. I mean, we need those failures, because we learn from our mistakes on there. We grow and we develop on there. But that's the light side of that card. That's the sweetness in the bitter, is the idea that we are learning, we are become smarter, we are shaping and building our sword, and deciding what's the right sword for us, what's the right thought process, what's the right decisions to make, what's the tactics we need, what do we need to cut out of our life that's not working for us, that's holding us back, but what do we also want to protect and hold near and dear, that makes us a stronger, better individual on these things, so we can become this true hunter, so we can take actions, we can make decisions, and grow and develop and evolve as people. Because I think that's really important. I think it's good to communicate. I think it's good to ask questions, even if they feel a little bit stupid, or good to make mistakes, even if it wasn't the best thing for us. Because again, we learn and we grow. And as a big D&D guy, hey, that's good XP, man. That's good experience. That helps you decide, which spells and skills to pick up as you're moving forward with these things, and which ones aren't serving you. It's the whole reason you can kind of change some of these things at certain levels, especially if your GM's working with you on a lot of these effects. Or DM, whichever game master, dungeon master, however you want to look at it. But I do find that to be some powerful mojo that kind of contributes to a lot of these things that you're doing. In fact, I'm taking this recharge time because I feel like I've persevered through everything I've done, but I need my rest. I need so I can think clearly, so I can focus clearly, so I can become this knight who makes the best tactics and decisions for themselves, and can thrive and grow. And reminder, you are a knight. You've been through some things. That's not a title we just earn, willy nilly. It's something we put our best foot forward and really get the most mileage out of. Yeah, so I hope you guys do have that quick thinking during this season and remind yourself of the challenges you've overcome, to know that it is to bring you to this true, well earned knightly title. And you can become a real warrior. And, Leos are warriors. It's a big thing about us, too. Don't let that Leo pride stand in the way, though. Shine as you're supposed to, as you're meant to. What it does say is, I move quickly to help others, and as I do, my dreams expand. I move quickly to help others, and as I do, my dream expands. And I think that really is beautiful. Let's do it one more time. I move quickly to help others, and as I do, my dream expands. And again, I think a part of that communication is also developing a community. Just like Batman, he likes to do it alone, but let's be real, he's got the Bat family with him. He's got the Justice League. He's doing team ups right and left, because that also helps him find the right tool for the job and takes a lot of that pressure off of him to do all these things. And while it helps to be able to blame ourselves when things go wrong, it's nice to bring these other people in so we don't blame ourselves so often, so we can get the added support and things that help us thrive and succeed in those things. And maybe it's an opportunity to put yourself a little bit out there to do some good for someone. Again, maybe helping someone else shine, and maybe they'll return the favor, maybe they won't, but at least you put a little bit of extra good out in the world. So maybe a little charity time, a little generosity here or there, somewhere along those lines. And either way, you're going to start moving quicker, and those dreams will expand, whether it's dreams together or dreams separately. But there's a lot of good stuff out there. All right, here we go. Last but not least, we got the Five of Cups. And I know what you're saying, Sawyer. I thought this is our toasting category. I thought we're finding something to celebrate and be excited about. Why would I be excited about the Five of Cups here? Because that is emotional waters. I'm not going to pretend like five isn't associated with conflict, with lack, with struggle, with mixed feelings on these things here too. But as we've learned through all of this, especially if we're starting with perseverance here, and we're surviving our challenges, we're growing from them, we're expanding and allowing it to properly shape ourselves, then we come along to this Knight of Swords. So we've evolved, we've grown, we've shaped ourselves as a warrior, and that's that constant reminder that conflict actually can create powerful magic for us, because I am a firm believer that when the conflict has subsided, that 6 is a number of victory, is success, and that's perseverance as well, is just having gotten through these emotional waters, gotten through these challenges. Plus, let's be honest here too, if we're tapping into the creative energy of the Leo season, that conflict, that depression, that anger, that frustration, that sadness, that heartbreak, that even complicated joy and mixed feelings, that creates powerful art, which can allow for its own happiness, satisfaction, fulfillment. And even if it's in our job, if we say, you know what, this has been rough waters. I don't want to be a part of this anymore. I don't want to be here. Then we can take that time to make moves and find a better career for ourselves, or a better avenue. And it's not going to happen overnight. It's not going to be easy. It's going to be difficult, but we might be able to find something a little more fulfilling, or we start investing in a side hustle that brings us more happiness, satisfaction, and joy. And then maybe that builds into a better side business. The side business becomes the full business, becomes your primary job, your 9 to 5, your true career, the things that come with that. And same thing with romantic troubles. We're all going through it. The online dating sucks, and dating in general is very complicated and challenging, but it reminds us of the things that we want. Again, those things that we hold near and dear. Like we said with the night, cutting out those things or amputating the stuff that's not working for us, while defending the things that we do want, the things we like to do, the morals we hold important in our life, the values, the things that we want for ourselves, and even just kind of ruling out the things that we don't want can be a big part of that experience. And as challenging as that is, because we'd love for it to be sunshine and rainbows, we'd love to get that hole in one, we'd love to nail it on the first shot here too. That's not always the way it goes. And think of all the opportunities we would miss out on if we didn't. There's good merit to all of that, whether it is shaping it into healthier energy for ourselves, whether it's things we realize that maybe we need to work on. Maybe there's stuff that we're not doing. Maybe we're being selfish. Maybe we're being an aggressive in a relationship. Maybe we're being introverted and not putting ourselves out there enough. There's a lot to learn about that with ourselves and about others. But I do think we build towards that better person, or that better job, or our best and highest self through a lot of these things. Because even if it just means we're stopping and taking a break for ourselves, giving ourselves a little R&R, a little TLC, a little recharge, a little treat ourselves. And I do encourage treating yourselves during the Leo season, especially if it is your birthday season. We have earned the right to feel special and amazing, and we are. We are all special and amazing. And I hate to sound like Mr. Rogers or whatever, but we really truly are. Even if we don't feel that a lot of times, even if there's things that we're working on, addictions, struggles, emotional conflicts, a lot of things, and we should be working on ourselves constantly. So don't overlook that fact there too. All right, it does say, my tender heart helps me navigate toward my bright future. My tender heart helps me navigate towards my bright future. One more time, my tender heart helps me navigate towards my bright future. And I know we're dealing with the Knight of Swords, and I've shared this before. My Knight of Cups tattoo is someone that I do feel like I lead with my heart very often, and I'm okay with that. And it's important to remember that it's tender, and it is fragile, and it's delicate. But if we step up and train ourselves to become this knight, and again learn from the things that we've persevered and we've survived and grown from, we do become that warrior, and that gives us something to protect. Pardon a little bit of the cliche with the knight, but they do like to rescue the proverbial damsel in distress, and I'm not limiting that to a particular gender, but something that does need saving, does need protecting. And that is our heart. We should treat it like that damsel in distress, because our heart is meant to flutter. It's meant to pump that life and energy. It's a biological core in our entire system here. So it deserves to be at its happiest and its fullest and satisfied. And if we're giving into things that are just taking, draining that cup, stealing from us, taking us, using up our time, abusing us, neglecting us, anything like that, we deserve to nurture it. It is nice that it's got this pretty little heart kind of sitting in this hole right there, because if you notice the person they're watching over it, what can they do to help it thrive and grow and let that light that kind of shines and emanates? And I tell people all the time, you're not going to order a drink for yourself that you don't like. Why would you do that? That's dumb. That's ridiculous. Respectfully, I hate pickle juice. I don't do picklebacks. Why would I get a pickleback every time? It's going to make me gag. It's going to make me feel gross. I'm a whiskey guy, or I like a nice soda every now and then, or a milkshake, or things that make me feel happy and good. And maybe they're not always the best for us all the time, but as long as they're not truly toxic, or we're not overindulging in these things, then I think we can let our heart find that happiness, find that satisfaction, filling our cup up with the things that make the most sense for us. Again, that can be in our work, that can be in our relationships, friendships, whatever have you, whatever cup you think needs filling in your life. I hope you find those good and happy and delicious and amazing things in there, because take it from a Leo, during the Leo season, you deserve to shine. You deserve to be happy. You deserve to work your way through these emotional waters at whatever pace feels comfortable for you. You don't got to do it today. You don't got to do it tomorrow, but keep working on yourself. Just like going to the gym, just like dieting, um, just like meditation. These are all good little things for us. They're not easy. They might be time consuming and even difficult, or frustrating or problematic or what have you. But you'll get there, because that cup will be filled. You will succeed, and I wish you the most in success during this Leo season, because I can't emphasize enough, we're all meant to shine and be our happiest and best self. Just a reminder, I am available if you guys want digital private readings. I have those starting at $10. You can do those through text or email. On there, text, we get a little bit of the back and forth. Email, I can send it kind of like a greeting card, get a simple message. That's starting at $10 there, really easy. Cheapest therapy in town, if you will, if you don't mind me saying so. I also do Zoom readings. Most of those are at $30 starting as well. So that's a nice little way you can kind of get this video experience. We can kind of talk a little bit back and forth. But again, you don't got to get off the couch. Hell, you don't even got to turn on your camera if you don't want. I don't care. Enjoy that, be in your jammy jams or whatever you're doing there, and have a good time. Relax. But I'm here for it, here to help. Also available for parties, weddings, birthday parties, group hangs, girls' nights, guys' nights, whatever you're doing. If you just want to bring a little spirituality into the experience, have a little fun, we can do all that stuff there too. We are in the Summerween season, so if you are feeling like adding a little bit of a tarot festivity to your events, I am available outside the spooky stuff, although I do love the spooky stuff, so feel free to reach out. You can also follow me on Instagram at Irish_wake_tarot, or email me at irishwaketarot@gmail.com if you got any ideas, plans, things to collaborate on. I'd love to be a part of any of it or all of it there. So feel free to reach out. Like and subscribe as well. I'm going to emphasize that as always too, because that does help me go a little bit further. I want to push this channel as far as we can, and maybe, just maybe, make this truly a full-time experience for me. I will also say, mark your calendars for August 17th. If you are in the Richmond area, we are talking with a fellow person at Passion Project. We're still kind of ironing out some details, but I think we might be doing a bit of a joint birthday thing, bringing some vendors and stuff involved. More on that to come. I don't want to divulge too much until we get things kind of concrete there, but mark your calendars, save your date, and I'll keep you guys posted on where that happens, because I would like to do a big old blowout for my birthday here, bring a lot of artists and have this real kind of bohemian experience and everything, and then we're gonna have partying and music and stuff at night. But stay tuned as those details develop. And if you guys haven't checked out Passion Project, please do. They're also over on 2nd and Main. I will also put their Instagram below. I believe it's Passion Project RVA on Instagram. Give them a follow. Tell them Sawyer sent you. And go check out the works if you're over nearby. There's a lot of cool local artists, some really beautiful stuff you can take home. Very affordable things, and it is supporting local art. I'll give a shout out to Lydia. You did a wonderful job this past week, and I had a blast being there, being with everybody, doing some tarot readings and doing that kind of stuff there. And it's a wonderful cause that you're doing to help support local artists and things of that nature in this area here, because we need it. But go buy some stuff, give her a shout out, make a donation too if you can. All this stuff is good stuff. That's, I think, all I got for you guys. And as always, if you see it at this angle, we're trying a new camera setup, but Sláinte, which means to health. And if we don't have anything, at least we have our health. Or at least hopefully you do. All right. You guys take care. Happy Leo season.